Genesis, the Power Age!
Watch it, buddy! Yes! It's the Atari! Sega, CD-ROM! New Nintendo!
It's enough to make a grown man cry.
Hi, this is another version of the Genesis Power Theme, Part 3. Hope you enjoy it. The games are going to be great, okay? So bye!
This is a home video recording from 1993. Believe it or not, back in the 90s, the videos we recorded weren't stored on our phones or in the clouds. They were made on bulky video camcorders like the one my dad is holding here.
Thought you'd like to see my new haircut. I usually get it cut this short anyway.
The funny thing is, Dad isn't filming this vintage video selfie to post it on YouTube or Facebook. Nah, in those days, home video recordings were typically only made for private screenings with close friends or family members. For us, those family members were these guys. If there's one thing Dad loved more than video games, it was sharing that love of video games with his nephews.
So you like that gauntlet game? I'll mail you those levels.
Cousins Manny and Mikey would often receive home movie tapes from us featuring our latest adventures in the world of gaming. In return, my cousins would film their own gaming exploits. I kid you not. As a small child, I would receive tapes in the mail from Manny with direct capture recordings of games he'd beaten. There were a few times Manny and Mikey got in front of the camera to show off their games. No doubt inspired by our Genesis Power Team tapes, what you are about to see is a clip from 1994 featuring Manny, Mikey, and the latest and greatest Sega and Nintendo games from their collection.
Hello, welcome to our brand new show named Power Plays. I am Manny Harkopakis, and with me is...
And I am Mikey Harkopakis.
And we are the Power Players! Along with us is our co-host, Mr. Grapevine. He will be watching and conducting us through our video game experiences. Now, before I get started, I would like to introduce the games that we have with us today. For Super Nintendo, we have Star Fox, one of the best games that I have yet. We also have Spin Dizzy's World, Turn and Burn, no fly zone, Clock, Eye of the Beholder, Magic Sword, Baseball 2000, and also for Nintendo, we are going to be previewing some of Romance of the Three Kingdoms 2 and Gargoyle's Quest 2. Now for Sega Genesis, we have Sonic Spinball, Shinobi 3, Return of the Ninja Master, Fatal Labyrinth, Ultimate Kicks, Flashback, which was originally supposed to be a CD-ROM game, but ended up coming to cartridge, E-SWAT, with Uncle Mark on the cover, and Chuck Rock 2. Also, later in March of the new year, we will be previewing the whole thing of Cliffhanger CD. Oh, this just in.
Wait a minute. Before we get to Manny's big announcement, there's something you need to know. There are two kinds of gamers in this world. Those who like RPGs and those who don't. My cousins loved them.
Ooh! The Final Fantasy anthology.
Anthrology.
The thing is, Dad absolutely hated them.
Uncle Mark can't get enough of these things.
Every chance he got, he would roast Manny and Mikey for their role-playing game love. And this was Manny's big moment to return fire. Okay, Manny, let him have it.
The winners of our Enix 7 Saga contest are Mark and Tyler Esposito. You have just won all of the RPGs that you can handle. You will not be allowed to trade them in for anything else, and you will be watched as you play through the whole thing. And our second place winners are Manny and Mikey Harkopakis. You have won all the action games you can handle, and you can trade them in for RPGs whenever you want.
Burn!
And And by the way, Power Players was brought to you by Sonic the Hedgehog comic books, Electronics Gaming Monthly, and Electronics Boutique. Goodbye.
Bye.
Hope you enjoyed the show.
And that was it. The tape would continue with gameplay clips of all the games featured in their intro. A few weeks later, after watching this tape, Dad and I responded with a new show of our own.
Welcome to the first new show called Superpower with our host Tyler Esposito, who's here to show you all the new Super NES games. The one, the only man who brought you the Genesis Power Team is now here to bring you Superpower.
And Manny, you know what? Don't tell us that we're gonna get those role-playing games. Don't. Yeah.
You're gonna
You're gonna get all the role-playing games ever. If you like them or not, you can't return them or anything, just like you said.
When we would get tapes like this in the mail, it felt like Christmas. Sure, it was just gameplay recorded on tape. But if half the fun of video games was in the playing, the other half was in the watching.
Power Players!
It was such a thrill getting to watch my cousins play through levels I couldn't reach, bosses I couldn't beat, and games I'd never played. If it weren't for them, I never would have gotten into role-playing games.
From Eva Shaw, Uncle Mike, and Manny and Mikey in New York.
In New York. Okay.
Not looking. First, I'm gonna rip all of it off and.
Secret of
It's definitely it.
For some families, victories are often celebrated in a recording of Little Jimmy's football game or Cousin Katie's dance recital.
You finally got it, huh? Hey, guess who got it for you? Not me.
I know, it was Shaw and Uncle Mike and Manny and Mikey in New York.
That's right, because I wouldn't pay that money for that.
Yeah.
In my family, a victory in a video game was a victory in life. And we celebrated each and every one of them together.
Hope you enjoyed the show. Cut, man.